ultimately, that's going to be the best way to do it. To get him across the field a little bit quicker, if you smart route him, especially if you're at like 8 yards, like this is the practice mode is based off like 1st and 10. So he'll smart route and he'll angle the break at about 10 yards. So if it's like, 2nd and 8 or something, he'll break even faster, and that'll help to get across the defense a lot faster. So that's pretty much the only thing you can do. If it's like a 3rd and 5 or something like that, you probably don't want to do that. So, like I said, all you really have to do, put the B route in the street, block the running back, and then I'm just going to wait for him to cross the field. I mean, that's obviously probably the hardest part, but you can see right there, I had to throw a little bit early. You can see the spacings there. I have to run again because I had to throw a little bit more than I wanted to. So we're going to do it one more time. Like I said, streaking the B routes, the most important part, blocking the running back so you have a little bit of time. Those are the most important things. And you're going to see how, this play right here is a really easy one-play touchdown. As you can see, we get right past that cover 3 defense. Real easy. Now, the real challenge is cover 4. I know what you're thinking. How can you use this to beat cover 4? Cover 4 drop show 2 doesn't have a ton of, I'm in a cover 4 out of $1 because that's what the Chiefs have. But cover 4 doesn't have a ton of plays against it. I know a lot of people tell me that they struggle against cover 4. So this is going to make you happy because this beats cover 4 as well. So we're just going to motion across the X route now. Once again, if you can read cover 4, if your opponent's running cover 4 all game, motion him across, put him on a smoke. That's all you really have to do. Put him on a smoke. Then I'm going to block my running back once again, just give myself extra time. The last part is putting the B route on an in route and then smart routing him, and that's all you have to do. Now, once again, I like to put the A route on a smart route sometimes, but that doesn't really matter. Same thing with the Y route. It doesn't really matter that. We're going to run it just like this, and you're going to see, once again, how this guy just splits the defense, and we're getting right over the top for another touchdown. Now, that was actually tighter coverage I wanted to use these, so I'm going to run it again. So, just to show you guys what makes this play happen, basically the smoke route is just to get him out of the way. I don't want him making anything, I don't want to pull anybody back. So if I could just delete him from this play entirely in the cover 4, I would. But what's really making this play happen is this guy here, once again, this decoy tight end, gets a lot of respect. You'd swear that that's like Rob Gronkowski in his prime. Because the second that he breaks, you can see how that safety behind breaks. That's basically what makes this play happen. And neither one of those guys short routes. These two guys, they split the field in half. Neither one of them which is what I want. So they're staying shallow. While this guy here is the only one running a deep route, and that's the reason that it works. So he's past the 30%. The way the computer reads this, he's on the other side of the field, so they don't really pay attention to that as much as they would. The last piece is this guy right here. Him coming across, it just basically, the way they read it is now there's 3 guys, all of them short, shallow routes on this side, so it prevents these guys from dropping back like they probably should be. And then basically once he gets inside of this free safety, all you have to do is bullet and pass it away. I'm sure the second he's even with him, I always say when he's even, he's leaving. If I go back to the quarterback, I guarantee you I'm throwing it at this point, and I'm probably already in my throwing motion. So like I said, once he gets inside, I'm basically bullet, passing away, loading up. And at this point, that safety's way out of the way. He must have really recovered well, because he's like 10 yards behind. So I really didn't get a great pass lead, and there was a pretty decent recovery there. But ultimately, you're going to see a lot of touchdowns out of this. Let's go and let's run that one more time. This is one of the, as far as setups go, this is probably one of the bigger setups as far as like what you have to do. But if somebody's running a lot of cover 4, we all need cover 4 beaters in our life. So like I said, this guy wasn't, I don't even really have to put him on smoke. I could motion snap and make him a blocker. That's not something that he's not really doing anything other than pulling guys away. And then like I said right here, that's a little bit more separation. I'm not really getting the through. I know Roethlisberger doesn't quite have the arm, but you can see the separations there. He really could be getting it out further. But
just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D, as their guys will do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's going to be more successful.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchdown.
We can even put them in smoke, so it doesn't really matter. They're all identified man coverages in rock, and that's basically the most important part. So like I said, lobbing that up, sprinkling out there to get the ball, threw a little bit far, then could get it done. You see he gets behind defense on the bottom line. Do it one more time. want the complete this, get a little bit of separation. I wish I had like a Tyreek Hill or something like that, but that'd be just completely cheating. Chase Claypool is the fastest guy in the and we just see that he's definitely getting the job.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He finds his target. It's Schultz. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition is so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. The families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you got football on Thanksgiving Day?
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or two short. But they'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
Here's Aaron Siposs now.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
And this
good looking out.
Couldn't reach back for it.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Good shit. Good shit. Good shit.
Touchdown, Eagles. Alvaro Cuebuna, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
Your mic fucked up, cuz.
And it's now. There's the kickoff unit. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you plan on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second down and 7. Back to throw.
Terrible.
Picked off near the 42. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself.
And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
So I guess that's smart round more, Olsen across.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The give is to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Barton.
My fault.
A yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the left side. Barton. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. They'll set up to throw. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have the Cowboys first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
No adjustments needed, just kind of reading front to back. So like if the RB route there, I take a big defense. I don't want to put a back there.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Elliott. And he'll get a
Come on, man. You gotta get up in there.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando. The coach, he'll have stats and scores from around the area. He rifles one that's intercepted.
What you stop for? Oh, this nigga stopped.
There he goes, right side.
Damn. Good game.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
This motherfucker
A big
stopped.
play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run with Elliott. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete.
Still open.
Try to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Shit, all this time I've been putting, I ain't out the punt. God damn it.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert.
Give us a chance, then.
Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. A first down carry by Elliott. And he went backwards.
On the ground.
He'll be down at the 30.
2
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He'll drop to throw.
Damn, little homie, your motherfucking arm's terrible.
Throwing the football right now, not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw.
This motherfucker's pathetic. We can't pick up the fucking fumble. Wow.
Something double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT.
It's just going to be a corner for the touchdown. You don't have to push this guy out. That's pretty much it. Once he gets inside of that free safety, the pass lead and pull across. Pull away. That's pretty much it. If you want to, you can always drag the A route or something like that. That's always at your discretion. Check that out.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They go play action with Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. They've got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Roses to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. They will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
The run there on 1st down, going to get him 5 up to the 30.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And Sanders has got it complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
On 1st down, Hurts.
He's going to air one out.
What the fuck is y'all doing?
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
1st and 10. It's Hurts.
Man, these niggas pathetic.
Sanders. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Blaze up, coach. You deserve to smoke something.
Over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Your job is on the line.
Offense here set to begin the drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said has to
hurry up and get it over with, fellas.
3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side. It's Barton. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone's in sync right there. Obviously, got to carry the ball. How about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic.
Even when he can make a throw, he can't make a throw.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. And he comes back with one complete and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Now a throw here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second down and 5. Back to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
What the fuck?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
God
Picked off near the
damn.
32. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you.
Ain't no need in watching no more of this shit.